Br'ish Puppets! Jacob, and welcome to another reaction video. I know it's actually been a while, but I actually figured since I have been getting into puppetry more recently, I figured why not do a reaction video to a puppet special requested by my good friend MixedFan8643. This is a puppet special based on The Weakest Link, which is a British game show. This is actually my second take trying to watch it, because the first time I tried to watch it, the battery went dead. So I got plenty of battery to watch it this time, so I am ready to react. So I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, play. Okay, I see Zippy, there's George.
Here are the 12 creatures preparing for tonight's
Rolly-Mo.
show. Only one of them can win up to £50,000 for a charity of their choice. The others will leave with nothing, as one by one they're voted off as the weakest link.
I like that music. Yeah.
Welcome to the weakest link.
Nice.
The 12 creatures in the studio tonight are frankly a bit
bet.
of a handful. In fact, you've no idea what I have to put up with in this job. It's not easy being mean, asking endless questions, squeezed into high-heeled shoes, and wearing designer clothes. And on top of all that, I'm being asked to play headmistress to a bunch of twits. Anyway, one of them will win up to £50,000 for charity. They'll have to work as a team, but 8 of them will leave with nothing. As round by round, we lose the player voted
Here we go.
the weakest link. Let's meet the team.
Hello, my little monkeys. I'm Otis the Aardbot from CWC in the 90s, and I'm hoping to take home the prize of Mrs. Anne Robinson.
Hello there. I heard of you, actually.
Genius. I've flown in especially from Los Angeles to be here today, and quite honestly, I think I've made a big mistake.
I'm Nobby the Sheep, a co-host and sex star of Gimme 5 and Ghost Chain.
He's definitely a unique-looking puppet. He's not really made of fabric.
£50,000.
Yes, I'm Jelly.
My brother could sue you for that.
And we're here from CBeebies. Yes.
Go on, Jelly.
To show that little people
can be clever too.
They can, actually.
Bank! Bank! Bank!
It's us, Sage and Onion, from Live and Kitty!
What's your wig? What's your wig?
It's not a wig. It's
Not, don't tell them. Just tell them. Be honest. Come out. Be honest about it. Moving on. Moving on.
Oh, hello there. Are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then I'll begin. I'm Rolly-Mo from the Rolly-Mo Show.
He looks like Alf
so
with the colors of Barney the
Good
Dinosaur.
luck,
Hey!
I'm Zippy! Yeet, and I'm George. Yeah, and we're gonna reach some pot of gold at the end of the weakest link rainbow. Oh, yes, we're going to try.
You definitely certainly will. Aww.
Oh, hello, it's me, Ned the Bear, from Smile and Bear Behaving Badly.
You're so adorable.
Love you, Anne.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sue from the Sooty Show.
You're
And
just
listen,
as adorable.
I'm feisty, I'm petite,
Actually,
and
she
attractive,
definitely is.
Just like tonight's host. But I think perhaps I may have aged a little better in the last 40 years. Aha!
Now the rules. In each round, the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your £5,000 target within the time limit.
Weren't you just a
Fastest
puppet
way is
earlier?
to create a chain of 9
Alright.
correct answers. Get your question wrong, and you break the chain and lose all the money in the chain. But if you say bank before the question is asked, the money's safe. However, you start a new chain from scratch. Remember, at the end of the round, only money that's been banked can be taken forward. In round 1, there are 3 minutes on the clock. We'll start with the person whose name is first alphabetically. That's you.
Alright, here we go.
Hello.
Hello, Anne Robinson.
Okay, sorry.
Don't be cross, Anne. We like you.
Let's play. The weakest link. The first question is for £100.
Alright, here we go.
Clock. Gillian Jackson, the phrase used on the radio programme Listen with Mother and by Roly Mo to introduce a story is, are you sitting comfortably, then I'll what? Correct. The leprechauns. In British customs from the 1920s, baby clothes have traditionally been pink for girls and which primary colour for boys?
Blue!
Correct. Roly Mo. In food, a strip of toast that can be dipped into a boiled egg is called what? A soldier or a sailor?
A soldier.
Correct. Zippy and George. In education, when a teacher marks a simple exercise, if a tick means correct, which symbol is commonly used to mean incorrect?
It's a cross.
Correct. Nev. In memorable moments from 1970s TV, Michael Parkinson was attacked on his own show by which puppet?
Emu.
Correct.
I
Sue.
shouldn't be
In
surprised.
sport, what J follows high, triple and long to make the names of 3 athletic events?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
In sport,
Sport.
what J follows high, triple and long to make the names of 3 athletic events?
That's
Jump is a sport?
Correct. Otis, according to a line from a song in a famous musical, which geographical features are alive with the sound of music?
Oh, the hills!
Correct. Roland Rat. In maths, what is 17 plus 7?
17 plus 7, 24.
Correct.
You got lucky that
Robbie.
time.
In art, the painting by Leonardo da Vinci called the Mona Lisa clearly shows the subject with which limbs crossed, her arms or her legs?
Arms.
Correct.
Arms.
Gillian Jackson. In the Gregorian calendar, which month falls between February and April?
March.
Correct. The leprechauns. In the UK, the common 2-word rhyming term for a foolish person is a silly what?
Silly old goose?
Oh,
Billy.
silly Billy.
Roly Mo. In the TV series Rainbow, what was the name of the bear who walked around naked during the day but put on pajamas
That
to go
happened.
to bed?
Oh, let me see.
Bungle.
Bungle.
Correct. Zippy and George. In DIY, what H is the general name for the type of tool such as a mallet?
A hammer.
Correct. Nev. In geography, Cork, Dublin and Galway are all cities in which European country?
Ireland. There you go.
Ireland.
Correct. Sue. In the 1995 film Toy Story, the character Buzz Lightyear has the catchphrase
Beyond.
"To infinity and what?"
There you go.
Correct. Otis.
Bank.
Which couple can often be seen performing their show from a hut before a small audience on a beach? Punch and Judy or Richard and Judy?
I actually kind of knew that one.
Correct. Roland Rat. In human biology, the 5 senses are touch, taste, smell, sight, and which other?
Sound.
I'll accept, and your answer was in time. Couldn't be bothered to bank, Nobby.
Bank.
In that first pathetically easy round, out of a possible £5,000, you won just £2,000.
It's not a bad number.
Yay!
Who smells of wee? Who smells of poo? Whose fur will soon be flying?
Me.
Who'd be more use as a tea cozy?
Ned.
It's time for over. Weakest link.
Statistically, the strongest link is Sue. As the only players to get an answer wrong, the leprechauns are the weakest link. But who will be the first to take the walk of shame?
Please don't be a good one.
Voting over. It's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Lovely Susu!
The lepers.
The leprechauns.
We wrote down
Sue. Probably no.
Oh, the leprechauns.
Nobby, yeah.
Aww.
Yes, the leprechauns.
They're gonna be going down, are they?
Roland?
Hello, love. Yes. Hello.
What have you been doing in Los Angeles?
I've been going out with Paris Hilton, actually. Yeah.
You haven't let anyone know your secret in LA, have you?
What secret's that then?
That you're dating Angelina Jolie.
Who told you?
Not telling.
Yeah, I was going with Lindsay Lohan, but she's in rehab now.
Now listen, Roland.
Yeah.
You know how good you are at reviving people's careers?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because you've transformed
That load of rubbish
TVAM.
called TVAM,
Yeah.
Load of
Rubbish.
Yeah. Try and keep abreast of
Yeah.
this, will you?
So what could you do for Richard and Judy?
Well, I'll let you into a little secret, actually. Yeah, Judy hates me, yeah. Because I said, is that a wig you're wearing, love? And she didn't like that. I've never been back on since.
And why are you voting off the leprechauns?
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to, because I like them.
Yeah.
Got one wrong, that's all. I don't want to vote you off.
Nev?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Nev?
Love you, Anne. Kissy, kissy.
Why's your ear all torn?
Oh, putty cat.
It's Putty
I
Tat.
love putty cats.
No way, Jose.
Even with that growl,
I want
he's
you
still
to come
adorable.
round for tea and meet my favourite pussycat. Who'd you fancy here, Nev?
Leprechauns.
Nev? Nev?
Hello, Sue. Hello.
Hello, sweetheart.
Sorry, who'd you fancy here, Nev?
Oh,
Aw.
love you, Anne.
Thank you.
Kissy, kissy.
Gross dude.
Get a mop over here, please. Oh.
Just ignore them, Nev. Why do you want to get rid of them?
Yuck.
What? What? Get yourself over here. I'm going to take a boy's out of your other ear. Look at...
Sue,
Yes, Annie.
I'm going to ask you the question we all want
Please.
answered.
Oh, no, not that old one again. Go on then, go on, go.
How old are you really?
Do you really, really want to know?
We all want to know.
Well, if I tell you the real truth, can I have a round of applause?
Yes, perhaps.
Just counting. I'm 43.
No, you're not 43.
I am. Sooty's 60 this year.
Sooty's got to be at least 80. I'm a Sooty puppet.
No. Well, in Puppet Land, I'm 5. Sooty's 5 and Sweep's 4. But Sooty's 60 this year. Let's have a round of applause for him. Yes! British institution, ladies and gentlemen.
Sue, when we're not watching, between you and Sooty, is there a bit of hanky-panky?
It might be.
How much hanky-panky?
A bit of hank and a hank, really.
Why do you want to get rid of the leprechauns?
Well, because there's 2 of them. That's 2 brains. That's not fair. And they got a question wrong. And they didn't they?
No, Nobby looks sheepy.
So, Mr. Sage and Mr. Onion,
What?
in Ireland, do they not have silly billies?
Never heard of the poem. Never, ever. I'm going to tell you something now, Ed. That was a complete guess.
Well, it was the wrong guess.
I know that. Clearly.
Do you know what you are?
Why?
Oh.
The weakest link. Goodbye.
Sue, what about that voting us off?
That's right. She said it wasn't fair because there's 2 of us. Well, there's 2 of us, but
Hey.
there's only half a brain.
Yes. And as for Anne Robinson,
I knew they'd think there was nepotism involved.
I know, it's the ginger thing.
That's
it's
right.
the ginger thing,
Yes.
isn't it?
She's not really our mother.
No, she could be our
Okay.
sister. I'd marry her.
Round
two,
in
here we go.
£2,500. We're now taking 10 seconds off your time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round.
All right.
Sue. Let's play. Weakest link. Start the clock. Sue, in the animal kingdom, the camel is known colloquially as the ship of the what?
Ship of the
Really?
desert.
Correct. Otis, in language, what L is a 4-letter word meaning fortune or chance?
Don't know, Anne.
Luck. Roland Rat. Which one of today's contestants would be most likely to be rustled by a thief or counted by an insomniac?
Sheep.
All right.
I'll accept. Nobby. In the nursery rhyme, which hyphenated term precedes the phrase 3 men in a tub?
Rub-a-dub-dub.
Correct. Jelly and Jackson. In British folklore, the small mythical being that collects the milk teeth of children in exchange for money is known as the tooth what?
Tooth
Correct. Roly-mo. In expressions, someone who is very angry is often said to have gone what? Plums or bananas?
Oh, bananas.
Correct. Zippy and George. In pop music, the 1984 UK #1 single by Band Aid was entitled Do They Know It's What?
Heaven.
Close.
Nev, in travel, what P is be quiet? Nev, in travel, what P is the usual term for the process of putting clothes and other belongings into a suitcase ready for a journey?
Packing.
Correct. Sue, in sewing, the piece of equipment made of stuffed fabric and used to store needles and similar sharp items is known as a pin what?
Cushion.
Correct. Otis, in cities, Lisbon is the capital of which European country?
I have no idea.
Portugal. Roland Rat, the controversial singer who built a theme park called Netherland at his home in California, is Michael who?
Michael Jackson.
Jackson.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nobby. In a conventional kitchen, which common domestic appliance is often combined with a tumble dryer?
Washing machine.
Correct. Jelly and Jackson. In 2 TV programs, Gary and Tony are the men and Nev is a bear, described in the titles of their respective shows as behaving in what manner?
Badly.
Correct. Roly-mo. In gestures, what K is a caress given with the lips as a token of greeting or affection?
A kiss.
Correct. Zippy and George. In history, the USA was provoked into entering World War II in 1941 after a Japanese attack on
Pearl Harbor
base.
Oh, it's a big boat place, isn't it? Yeah. I've forgotten what that is.
Is that your answer?
Definitely not. No.
What is your answer?
I can't think. Goodbye.
Correct answer is Pearl Harbor.
Oh, of course it is.
Nev,
I knew
in
that
maths,
all the
what
time.
is the largest positive whole number regarded as being in single figures?
I don't
Couldn't even
know.
answer it.
Oh,
All right.
oops.
You don't know, do you, Nev?
Sorry.
The answer's 9. In that round, out of a possible £5,000,
Yes.
you banked just £100. Who's the rat in your kitchen, the nerd in your herd? Time to vote on.
According to the statistics,
Oh,
Zippy and
no,
George
no, no,
are
no,
the
no, no,
weakest link. Sue is the strongest link as she banked the money for the team, but whose game is over.
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
And Georgie.
Otis
Oh.
the Anteater.
Sorry, mate, it's Otis as well.
Why is everybody voting Otis?
You're sorry.
Zippy and George.
Oh,
Another vote for Otis.
Definitely Otis.
Zippy and George.
Another Otis vote.
I'm afraid.
Is he gonna have to go?
Zippy and George,
Yeah.
you enjoying yourselves?
Not a lot at the moment, no. No.
You didn't know the answer, Pearl Harbor?
Well, I did, but I don't like talking about the Americans a lot, you see.
Why were you so bad in that round?
I don't know, I just don't...
Just Zippy,
Yeah.
why is it you never let George speak?
Because he
Do you know what I'm going to do?
Because
Just say
Zippy
that,
is a
George,
loudmouth.
this is especially for you.
and a big mouth.
Because we all want to hear George, and there's nothing but you all day long. It's just...
Yes, you finally shut him up.
Now, George,
Yes.
here's what I want to know.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Now, you wear pink,
Yes, I'm pink.
so are you a girl or a boy?
I'm
Yeah,
definitely-
didn't they give it away?
Definitely a boy.
But are you a boy who likes girls?
No. I know people say they come and say, what a gay person I am. Well, that's true. I'm very happy most of the time. That's what I am.
And did you really think Otis? You can't say anything. Just keep still as well. Okay, George.
Zippy's lips still zipped.
Did you really think that Otis was the worst player?
Just, yes.
But no, he wasn't. Who were the worst players?
I think it was that Zippy there, because I didn't get a chance to speak.
I really want to know if this was scripted.
This isn't permission to speak. It's just in case I need to talk to you.
Does he? I wonder if he actually. How come? Do we actually ever see Zippy zip up his own zipper? I want to know that.
Jelly and Jackson. Hello. Do you know something?
What?
Since the beginning of the game,
Yes.
you have answered every single question correctly. And I know why that is.
Why's that, Anne?
Why?
Because every night you break into a library, don't you?
We don't break into it. We live there, Anne.
Anne Robinson.
And you've done Spring Watch, haven't you?
Oh, I've done
Yes.
Spring Watch with Kate Humble.
Yes.
She likes me. She likes me because I've got a pink
Aw.
and furry face.
Really?
She would probably like you for the same.
Jackson! That's rude, you know.
And what's that Bill Oddie like?
He's really nice and he's really clever.
Is he cleverer than me?
No, not as clever as you,
Oh,
Mrs.
that's all right
Anderson.
then. And why do you want to get rid of Otis?
Because I kept going wrong. I like him though.
We love his nose.
Oh,
Otis.
really hating on the nose. Wonder how they would feel about Alf.
You little jellyfish.
Okay, Otis.
Yeah, go on and hit me with baby kicks. Tell it like it is, Mrs. Anne Robinson.
Have you never been to Portugal?
Nah, I'm not interested in all that hot stuff laying around beaches. Who wants to do that? I've got life to live.
When you were on that program with Kirsten O'Brien,
Yes.
what was bigger, your ears or her teeth?
Oh, how rude, Mrs. Anne Robinson. You are a very naughty lady.
Inconceivable.
Do you know what you are, Otis?
Very talented young little fairy character.
Alas, no. What you are, Otis?
No.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
You are the weakest.
You're out.
When I get back to Woolloomooloo, where I live, my friends will pull my leg forever and a day. I am now officially a
A
twonk.
twonk.
I think the puppet special is the greatest thing on earth. Remember, viewers, there's no face like foam. There's no face like foam. There's no face.
If you're working with the Muppets, then yeah, that's true.
Round 3. You have in the bank £2,600, which isn't very impressive. Another 10 seconds coming off the time. We'll start the strongest link from the last round. That's
You are
Sue.
still the strongest
Let's
link,
play.
Sue.
The weakest link.
Here we go.
Start the clock. Sue, which Spanish word precedes packet and del crime to make two flippant phrases used to refer to places where British people live abroad?
That's a Costa.
Correct. Roll and rat in the home. Sage and onion is traditionally used to stuff what? Poultry or pillows?
Poultry.
Correct. Nobby.
Yay.
In pop music, which singer has had UK #1 albums entitled True Blue, Like a Prayer and Ray of Light?
Madonna.
Correct. Jelly and Jackson. A male from Moscow called Annan and a female from London named Chi-Chi who refused to mate in the 1960s were what type of mammal?
They were panda bears.
Correct. Roly-mo. In temperate latitudes, the periods of the year called spring, summer, autumn and winter are known as the four what?
The Four Seasons.
Correct. Zippy and George. In a car, what B means to make a loud bang as a result of an explosion of unburnt gases in the exhaust system?
Exhaust noise.
Even
backfire.
Backfire.
Nev. In TV, the topical puppet show first broadcast in 1984 that portrayed politicians and celebrities in a satirical light was entitled Spitting What?
Image.
Correct. Sue. In football in 2007, after over 3 years
We don't
as
call it
manager,
football in my
Jose
country.
Mourinho stepped down from which Premier League club?
Pass.
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Roland Rat. In history, the Scottish king supposedly inspired by the tenacity of a spider is known as what? Robert the Bruce or Otis the Aardvark?
Robert the Bruce.
Correct, Nobby. In literature, what was the surname of the famous English author born in 1812 whose first names were Charles John Huffam?
Not a clue, Anne.
Charles Dickens, right.
Oh.
Jolyon Jackson. In body shapes, a person who is very thin is commonly compared to which gardening tool that is used for gathering up leaves?
It is a rake.
Correct, Roly-Mo. In Roman numerals, the letter V represents which number?
Number 5.
Correct, Zippy and George. Which word meaning an outstanding performer was the title of a 2003 UK hit single by Jamelia and was used by Roland Rat to describe himself?
It has to be Meatloaf. Meatloaf. Oh, that's wrong, you silly boy.
The answer is superstar.
Oh,
Nev, at a fun fair, what G is a word that goes before train to make a term for a ride intended to scare passengers?
Ghost train.
Correct, Sue. In theatre,
Did anybody get that
Susan
from Thomas or
McFadden
what?
and Danny Bain won a 2007 TV talent show to play the parts of Sandy and Danny in a production of which musical?
Grease.
My grandparents
Correct,
really
Roland
liked
Rat.
the
In
movie
transport,
version.
a submarine is designed to travel through which medium? Air or water?
Water. Bang.
Correct, Nobby.
Time's up.
Time's up, Nobby. On account of you being so thick, the fact that Roland banked when it should have been you, Nobby, we're going to allow.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Roland.
Just as well. Thanks to that bank, you won £1,350.
Yeah.
So, who's an asset and who should just zip it?
Zippy doesn't like that comment.
It's time to vote off the weakest link.
For the second round in a row, Zippy and George are the weakest link. The strongest link statistically is Roland Rat. But will the voting reflect reality?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Is it me? Oh, right. Sorry about that. Sue the Beaver.
I know they're icons, but Zippy and George.
I don't know what we read.
They didn't even spell it correctly.
George. Sorry.
So sorry,
Aw.
Zippy and George.
Oh, wrong character.
Zippy and George. Sorry.
You're my dear friends, but I'm sorry,
Aw.
Zippy and George.
So, Roly-Mo,
Oh, yes.
there's one
What is
thing
it,
we all
Roly-Mo?
want to know.
What's that?
How irritating are those thimbles?
Well, they're not irritating at all. They're jolly nice, you know. They're very cuddly, and they've always got a song, and they're always playing.
Do you know what? I never realised how strong your Welsh accent.
Oh,
It is a really good voice.
Very good of you to notice.
But you got.
I-
very
I
nice
just said
voice,
that.
haven't you?
Well, thank you very much. So have you, my dear.
We'd like it if he sang his song, wouldn't
Yeah.
Well, it's like a Royal Command performance with you, Anne. Well, shall I start then?
we? Yes.
When you take a look inside a book, who knows what you might see altogether? A story or rhyme. Just take the time to read along.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Give yourselves a big round of applause. Well, now I know I really made it.
Why Zippy and George?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I think they've had a couple of bad rounds, really.
So, Nobby.
Yes, Mr. Start the car!
I can't go back to jail.
That's a very, very familiar accent to me.
Oh, yes. Are you a Scouser too, old Anne?
You're one of the most famous stars out of Liverpool, aren't you, Nobby?
Well, me, Scylla, Jimmy Tarbuck, and you, Anne. I heard a little bird told me that you complained once to Spitting Image that your puppet wasn't Scouse enough. Is that true, Anne?
That is true.
It's funny what you pick up on the grapevine, you know, when you're a sheep.
Now listen, Nobby.
Yes, love?
Now you're not doing Ghost Train anymore.
Yeah?
What is it? Emmerdale? Casualty? The Bill?
I do the odd walk-on in the back of Emmerdale. I spent most of my life sitting on a beach with Harmers, actually. I do lots of knitting. I was going to knit you a pair of socks, but most of the wool's still...
Nobby would feel right at home and right.
Why Zippy and George?
Well, I know they're icons, but I don't think they've got a single question right yet, have they?
We got one, I think.
Just...
Sorry.
Zippy and George. Who actually wrote the name of the person they were voting on?
Well, it was me.
Do you know, it doesn't surprise me, Zippy, it was you.
Yeah, I know, but I told him to write...
Zippy, what are you not telling us?
Okay, so you've written Roland and you said Nobby.
Yeah, I meant Roland all the time because he's my big enemy.
George, I'm only sorry I didn't keep him zipped up.
Shots fired.
Zippy and George, but mostly Zippy.
Oh.
You are the weakest link.
I wasn't really, no.
Zippy and George gotta go.
I think it's really all
Duh.
my fault, like, because I'm so good at these things, you know. But George, I lost it a bit. No, you lost it a good lot, you did. You never really gave me a chance. Look, I'm ever so sorry, yes. I know you just had a difficult time, yes.
Round 4, in the bank. £3,950. Another 10 seconds off the time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round.
All right.
That's Roland.
Hey!
Sue's streak as the strongest has broken.
Link. Start the clock. Roland, in food, a substantial, satisfying and well-balanced meal is often described as being which
Circle.
geometric shape?
Square?
Correct, Nobby. In the 1940 Disney film, Pinocchio, whenever the title character told a lie, which
His
organ of
nose.
his body grew longer?
His nose!
Correct. Jelly and Jackson, in spelling, which is the silent second letter in the words rhapsody and rhubarb?
H.
Correct. Roly Mo. In American history in the 1920s, the sale of which substance was banned under prohibition? Alcohol or chocolate?
Alcohol.
Correct, Nev. In the 2007 Rugby World Cup, which England player converted 4 penalties against Australia to become the tournament's all-time leading point scorer?
David Beckham?
Johnny Wilkinson. Sue, what first name was shared by one of the Wright brothers who were pioneers of flight and the green duck used by Keith Harris in his act?
I wish I could fly, Orville.
Correct. Roland Rat, in security, what B is the job title of a person who is employed to accompany and give physical protection to a celebrity or VIP?
Bodyguard.
Correct, Nobby. In politics, the 2007 newspaper headline, End of the Ming Dynasty, referred to whose resignation as leader of the Liberal Democrats?
Min Campbell.
Correct, Jelly and Jackson. In children's TV, the theme tune for which 1970s series included the line, making good use of the things that we find? Just give me the answer. The Wombles. Correct, Roly Mo.
All right.
In music, you don't have to sing the answer. Obtaining a note from a wind instrument, such as a flute, requires which action from the player, sucking or blowing?
Blowing.
Correct, Nev. In food, Stilton cheese traditionally comes in 2 varieties known as blue and which other colour?
Green. No?
White.
Oops.
Oh, why?
In maths, what is 59 minus 44?
Come
on.
15.
Correct. Roland
Whoa.
Rat, in language, what V is the opposite of the word hero?
Can you repeat the question?
I could.
Yeah, go on then, love. Get a move on. Come on, pacey, pacey.
In language,
Yeah.
what V is the opposite of the word hero?
The
I
villain.
don't know that one.
Villain!
Bank.
What's the point of banking when he got the answer wrong?
I don't know. I just thought I'd chuck it in for good measure.
Out of a possible £5,000,
Yes.
you won just 500. So, who's the bear with the thick
It's still a
head?
good. It's still a good
Who's
amount.
the mole in your hole? Who's the rat that's sinking?
Charming.
It's time to vote off. The weakest link.
Statistically, Jelly and Jackson are the strongest link. Having got all his answers wrong, Nev is the weakest link. Can he survive the vote?
Voting
So we can
over,
survive
it's
it.
time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Neville.
Gillian Jackson.
Oh, they're scared.
Sorry.
Little Nev.
Rolly Rat.
That's
Sorry,
it.
Nev.
I win.
Roland, now you're gallivanting round Hollywood.
Yeah.
What's happened to your girlfriend Glenys?
Well, I can't.
Whoa,
I'm loved by the
I didn't know
masses,
Roland
love.
had a
You
girl.
know that. You're the same. You're loved by the masses, aren't you? Yeah, I dumped her years ago, actually. She's a guinea pig. I mean, can you imagine if we, you know, did it? Can you imagine what we produce? Something like Nev.
Why? Rat.
Why are you voting off Nev?
Well, I don't know. I can't vote anybody else off, can I? Because he got some wrong. I got one wrong, but, you know, he's sweet. I don't want to vote him off. He's good. I like him.
Sue,
Anne, I like your shoes.
do you like my shoes?
Aw, they actually
What
are kind of
sort of
nice.
shoes are you wearing?
I've got wellies on at the moment.
Have you?
Yeah.
Really?
Why have you come in your wellies, Sue?
Because I was walking my little dog before I came here.
I might go on talking in this stupid voice for the rest of my life.
Well, you could make a successful career of it like me, you know.
Yeah.
I bet.
I've been going longer than you.
Now, Sue,
Yes.
we all think of you as a very nice person.
Do you?
She definitely
Why
looks
on
like it.
earth would you want to get rid of poor little Nev?
For the very simple reason we're having dinner later and he's got to go and book the table.
Ooh.
Secret.
Love you, Nev. I love,
Love
you
you.
so much. I'm playing for both of us now, Nev.
Sue, is Sooty watching?
I love you too.
Kissy, kissy.
Yes, kissy, kissy.
Oh, kissy, kissy.
Aw.
Oh, kissy, kissy.
Woo!
Love you, Anne.
No,
Don't.
I have to.
Don't.
Yes.
No.
I'll say it quickly. No, you're the weakest link. Come on.
Sorry, Nev. Gotta go.
Sue, pretty. Shh, secret. Dinner. Later. Groovy. Love you, Sue. Wait, love you, Anne.
Round 5, in the bank, £4,450. Another 10 seconds off the time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Gillian Jackson. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock.
Let's do it.
Gillian Jackson, in health during the process of growing up from childhood to maturity, which condition commonly occurs first, nits or zits?
Nit.
Correct. Roly Mo. In the TV series The Magic Roundabout, what was the name of the character who bounced around accompanied by the sound boing?
That's Zebedee.
Correct. Sue, in Variety, the phrase that traditionally shows up poor ventriloquists who cannot say the letter B without moving their lips is gockel of what?
Gear.
Correct. Roland Rat, on a standard London Monopoly board, what's the name of the most expensive property?
That'd be, hang on a minute. I know this.
No, you don't.
Mayfair. Yeah,
Correct,
I
you do.
Mayfair.
Nobby.
All right.
In employment, what K is the usual term for a person who looks after animals in a zoo?
Keeper.
Correct. Gillian Jackson. In history, what was the first name of the British naval commander, Admiral Nelson?
Horatio.
Correct. Roly Mo. In commercials, since 2001, the glove puppet called Monkey has featured in adverts alongside the comedian known as Johnny Who?
Johnny Vegas.
Correct, Sue. In
should
the
look that guy
anatomy of
up.
humans, which digits are generally longer, the fingers or the toes?
The fingers.
Correct.
Yeah.
Roland Rat. In pop music, You Raise Me Up, Amazing and Home, what UK hit singles for which Irish boy band?
I know. Oh no, Westlife.
Correct, Nobby. In food, pomme is the French name for which fruit?
Pill.
Correct. Gillian Jackson. In the Harry Potter books, what W is the surname of the family that befriends the title character and includes the siblings Ron, Fred, and Ginny?
It's
Weasley.
Correct. Roly Mo. In TV, Holby
I'm a
City
big
is
Harry
spin-off
Potter
of
fan.
which other drama series?
Oh, dear me. We'll pass.
Casualty. Sue. In Symbols, a red leaf of which tree appears on the national flag of Canada?
Maple.
Correct. Roland Rat. In IT, in an internet connection, what name is given to the device that converts the digital signals of a computer to analog?
Well, that's a difficult one, isn't it? Modem.
Correct, Nobby.
Hey!
In European history
right.
between 19... Listen to the question.
I'm listening, he's talking.
In European history between 19...
Finally, someone banked it.
I am accepting the bank.
You're good to me, Anne.
You won £2,250, but you had a chain of 11 correct answers. And that means if people hadn't banked, you would have won £5,000.
It's all too complicated, this
You
show.
can't win, can you? You bank, you lose. You don't bank, you lose.
Why can't we do something like bingo? It's so much easier. Elsie, Elsie!
It's time to vote on the weakest link.
All right.
The statistics show that Roly Mo is the weakest link.
Oh
The
no.
strongest link is Sue. But
Still,
will the other players consider that
She might
when
finally get her
casting
streak
their
back.
votes?
I hope.
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Roly Moo.
Jelly and Jackson.
Uh-oh.
Rolling Moo.
That said Rolling Mao.
Roland Rat.
Nobby.
Oh boy.
Jelly and Jackson.
Hello.
Still here.
Why Roly Mo?
They didn't get it right.
You got all of yours right, didn't you?
Yes, we did. We're quite good for 5-year-old and 3.
Roland Rat, I know just what you're doing.
Rolling Moo.
Getting rid of a good-looking rival.
Yes, well put. Yeah, lovely. Yeah.
Roly Mo.
Yes, I suppose I've spent too much time reading books and I should have been spending all my time watching quality daily television drama instead.
You are the weakest link. Bye.
He's a charming character, but you gotta go.
Yes, I'm sure that everybody will have been watching in Thimble Valley. And you know something? Even though I'm the weakest link here, when I get back home, everybody will make me feel like a winner. And after all, it's the taking part that matters, isn't it?
He's certainly a good sport.
Round 6 and you have £6,700. Another 10 seconds off the time. We'll start the strongest link from the last round. That's Sue. Let's play the weakest link.
What you got, Sue?
Sue, in African geography, the mountain that overlooks Cape Town is named after which item of furniture?
Oh, table.
Correct. Roland Rat, the children's TV characters Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala and Poe frequently enjoy which treat? Skinny latte or tubby custard?
Tubby custard.
Correct, Nobby. In maths, what is 15 multiplied by 5?
75.
Correct. Jelly and Jackson, in the home, in a standard room which 4 main structural elements support and are at right angles to the ceiling.
The walls.
Correct.
Yes.
Sue, in a school, what P is a term used of a pupil who is considered to be the favourite of the teacher?
The teacher's pet.
Correct. Roland Rat, which stage musical that is based on a 1988 film by John Waters opened in the West End in 2007 with Michael Ball in the role of Edna Turnblad?
Yeah, Airspray.
Correct, Nobby. In science, the type of radiation at the opposite end of the visible light spectrum from infrared is known as ultra what?
Violet.
Correct. Jelly and Jackson, in expression, someone who has been ostracised by a group is said to have been sent to which city in the English Midlands? Correct. So, in modern medicine, it is possible to buy simple over-the-counter remedies for which complaint? Heartburn or heartache?
Heartburn.
Correct. Roland Rat. In 1960s TV, what was the name of the puppet piglet who was the twin and sidekick of Perky?
Pinky!
Correct. Nobby in tennis, the German player who appeared in 7 Wimbledon men's singles finals between 1985 and 1995, and on Weakest Link in 2004 is Boris who?
Yeltsin! Ah! Ah! Oh no, move on, Anne, move on!
Becker. Jillian Jackson. In US geography, the East Coast resort in New Jersey that is well known for its casinos is named after which ocean?
Pacific.
Atlantic.
Oh,
Sue, in archaeology, what H follows both wood and stone to give the names of 2 prehistoric monuments near Amesbury in Wiltshire?
Henge.
Correct. Roland Rat, the popular song that... Time's up. You won, not £5,000 as you could have done, but 3,250.
Well, it's better than nothing.
That's still a good amount.
Retire on that, mate.
So, will you rat on Roland?
I got them all right. What you talking about?
Should Nobby be nobbled? Perhaps you'll sweep out Sue?
Ooh, that's a sweet pun.
Is it the end of the story for Jelly and Jackson?
No, it is not. No.
It's time to vote off the weakest link.
With the most correct answers, Sue remains the strongest link. Statistically, Jelly and Jackson are the weakest link. But will the other
Please let Sue win this. Please let Sue win this.
Voting over. It's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Jackson and Pollock.
Jelly and Jackson.
Sorry.
Nobby the sheep.
Jelly and Jackson.
Nobby, why Jelly and Jax?
Well, 3 brief reasons.
He said
They got
Jax.
something wrong.
She said Jax.
There were 2 of them, so that's technically...
That's a nickname for my brother,
It's hot in
actually.
here, and I was worried that Jelly
Now
was
now he can really sue him.
So you can call it a mercy boat, really?
Make fun of someone's name. That's really clever.
You're wearing a woolly coat. You're the one that's going to melt.
Never happened to me, I tell you.
So, Sue, remind me how old you are.
43. Now, I've been working this out, because you had a puppet, didn't you, of Sooty?
Yes.
And Sooty's 60 this year.
Yes.
Well,
Kind of a big age gap.
you look fabulous.
Yeah.
Why are you getting rid of Jelly and Jackson?
Well,
Yeah,
they got a question wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, just one.
Just one.
We got
Yeah, that was just one.
All right, but nobody likes to be a bad
It's not the
sport.
winning, Jelly and Jackson. It's the taking part.
I know, we've loved it. Thank you for having us,
Like
Mr.
being
Dan
here
Robinson.
and out of the library where we always are, except when we're on Spring Watch, which is BAFTA nominated. Or Autumn Watch, sorry. Yes.
Jelly and Jackson, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
You're out.
It was so fun playing the weakest link, wasn't it, Jackson?
At least they had fun, for sure.
It was like a quiz. I never knew I knew all those things.
No, neither
but it
did
must be
I.
because we live in a library.
And we're clever.
Very clever.
Round 7 and you've climbed to £9,950. Another 10
Uh-oh.
seconds off the time. We'll start the strongest link from the last round. That's Sue. Let's play. The weakest link.
Sue is the strongest. Here we
Sue
go.
in cinema, the name of which Provençal dish is the title of a 2007 animated film about a rodent who dreams of being a top chef in Paris?
Ratatouille.
Correct. Roland Rat. In theatre, what you as an actor or actress who learns a lead role with a view to replacing the regular performer in times of illness or other absence?
Oh, I know, understudy.
Correct, Nobby. Which word meaning inexpensive sounds the same as the term for a high-pitched noise made by a young bird?
Cheap.
Correct, Sue. In royalty, the Queen appointed Harry Collins in 2007 as the new what? Crown jeweller or court jester?
Crown jeweller.
Correct, Roland Rat. In TV, Bing, Geller and Green were among the surnames of the central characters in which long-running US sitcom?
I know. Pass.
Friends, Nobby. In geography, as the crow flies, Northern Ireland is closest to which other country of the UK?
Wales.
Scotland. Sue, in banking, what L is the word used for a sum of money that is lent for a defined period of time with the provision that it is returned with interest?
Loan.
Correct.
Loan.
Roland Rat,
There
the singer
we go.
Sandy Shaw, who covered the Smiths song Hand in Glove in 1984, previously had a 1967 UK #1 entitled Puppet on a What?
String.
Correct, Nobby. In English history, which flower was adopted as an emblem by the houses of York and Lancaster?
The rose.
Correct. Sue, in astronomy, the planets Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune are classified as what? Gas giants or electric dwarfs?
Gas giants.
Correct. Roland Rat. In politics, when the UK joined the EEC in 1973, who was the British Prime Minister?
Heath.
Correct, Nobby. According to the traditional children's rhyme, there were 10 in a bed and the little one said what?
Roll over.
Correct, Sue. In spoken language, what? Time's up. You won £500. In round 8, you get the chance to treble what you bank. Have the good sense to vote off the weakest link.
For the 5th time in the game, Sue is the strongest link. The weakest link
She is pretty
statistically
smart.
is Roland Rat. But who will survive the final vote?
Oop.
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
All right, here we go.
Nobster.
The ratster.
Difficult one, Nobby.
Why did you do it, Sue?
I don't know. They both got a question wrong, didn't they?
So, Roland, do you fancy your chances?
What with Sue? I've already been there, love. Yay! I'm like a rat up a drain pipe.
Nobby,
Yes, love.
you are the weakest link.
Ta-ta.
Sorry, Navi. Gotta go.
I think when you look around the panel tonight, we were pretty motley crew, a strange assortment of beasts. But I think we did all right, you know. We're not as thick as we look. But in
You
my
did
case,
all right,
it's
yeah.
probably just as well.
You did.
I'm looking forward to getting back to the flock, heading a big cheer and a hero's welcome. Because if I'd done really badly, they probably would have thrown me a barbecue.
Oh no.
Round 8
Poor
in the
Nobby.
bank, £10,450.
Okay.
In this round, there's 90 seconds, but whatever you win will be trebled. We'll start with the strongest link in the last round. That's Sue. Let's play the weakest link.
Roll versus Sue. Go.
Sue, which ancient sporting event originally held in 776 BC was revived in 1896 in Athens?
Throwing the javelin?
The Olympic Games. Roland Rat. In pop music, the 2007 UK hit album entitled Curtis is by a rapper known by what stage name?
Pass.
50 Cent. Sue. In spelling, which term for a short
50
rap
Cent.
can be formed from the first 3 letters of the word snore and the last 3 letters of doze?
Snooze.
Correct. Roland Rat. In geography, what G is the name of the second largest and most westerly of the Channel Islands?
I know that. Guernsey.
Correct. Sue. In mixed drinks, the cocktail that combines vodka and ginger beer and is named after an equine mammal is called a Moscow what?
Horse.
Mule. Roland Rat. In TV, what was the name
She was
of the
close.
dummy first seen in 1976 who was voiced by the ventriloquist Roger de Courcy? Nookie or Rumpy Pumpy?
Nookie.
Correct. Sue. In sport, which famous racehorse who had his greatest successes in the 1970s is buried next to the winning post at Aintree?
Red Run?
Correct. Roland Rat. In the plots of 2 films from 1984 and 1990, if they are fed after midnight, creatures known as mogwai turn into monsters called what?
Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Correct. Sue.
Bank.
In English grammar, in the sentence Zippy answers the question, which word is the proper noun?
Time's up before she could even answer.
Well, that's a bit late.
I didn't realise I could answer. Sorry.
You only managed to win £350.
Hey.
Last ditch
Better than
effort.
nothing, innit, eh, love? Come on, put a smile on it.
We will treble that. It gives you prize money tonight of £11,500. Only one of you can take it away.
Uh-oh.
Now you'll play against each other, up to 5 questions each. If there's a tie, we'll go for sudden death until we have a winner. So, Roland and Sue.
Yeah.
For £11,500.
Here we go.
Let's play the weakest link. Roland, as the strongest link in the last round, you have the choice of who goes first.
Oh, great. Yeah, well, I'll go first then. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
Roland, in children's literature, which 4-word phrase, first recorded in 1595, was traditionally used as the opening line to a fairy tale?
Oh, Once Upon a Time.
Correct. Sue, in the Star Wars films, what is the name of the 2-foot-tall green Jedi Master who was voiced by Frank Oz?
Yoda.
Oh, C-3PO.
Correct answer is Yoda. Roland, which West End musical is about a puppet called Kate who wants to set up a school for monsters and who falls in love with a character called Princeton?
Avenue Q.
Avenue Q?
That is the correct answer. Sue, in history, which of the 6 wives of Henry VIII did not share a first name with any of the others?
Jane.
That is the correct answer.
All right.
Roland, in celebrity books, Survivor My Story, the next chapter, is the 2007 follow-up to the 2005 autobiography Extreme by which music and TV personality?
Ooh, this is a difficult one, isn't it? Oh no, Sharon Osbourne.
That is the correct answer, Sue.
All right.
In pop music, the former drummer with The Who, Keith Moon, is said to have been the inspiration for which Jim Henson Muppet character?
Animal.
That is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Roland. In comics, the quartet of superheroes called Reed Richards, Susan Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm are known by what collective name?
The Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four?
That is the correct answer.
Ooh, really?
Sue, in a standard pack of playing cards, the name of which suit is derived from the Spanish and Portuguese word for sword?
Spade.
That is the correct answer. Roland, in geography, which country is bordered by Libya, Sudan, Israel, and the Mediterranean and Red Seas?
No idea.
The correct answer is Egypt. Sue, the 2 men elected to which religious office in 1978 and 2005 were previously the Archbishop of Krakow and Dean of the College of Cardinals, respectively?
That would be the Pope.
That is the correct answer.
Oh.
After 5 questions each, your scores are tied. So, Roland and Sue.
Wow!
Oh, sudden death.
Play. Sudden death.
Did we get hung at the end? We lose, like, you know.
Roland, in Britain during World War II, the operation for the evacuation of children from cities was named after which figure from German legend?
These are easy, aren't they, Sue?
Yes.
Stitching us up right good and proper she is. I haven't got a clue. Next.
Correct answer is the Pied Piper.
Well, how am I supposed to know that? I'm a rat.
Sue, in language, which term for a bedtime drink, usually alcoholic, also refers to an item of headwear that was formerly worn while sleeping?
Yeah, well, that's a nightcap, isn't it?
Yeah!
Link.
Yeah!
Go away with £11,500. What are you going to do with the money?
Well, I'm going to give it to WWF, the Worldwide Fund for Nature, because, well, they saved us pandas, haven't they?
All right. You go, girl.
Roland, you leave with nothing.
Thank you so much.
Join us again for the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm absolutely over the moon. I can't wait to phone Sooty and Sweep and let them know.
Of course, if I had one tonight,
Sooty would not like you trying to flirt with Nev back there.
I thought you were fabulous.
Meta joke.
I thought you were a bit weak.
Weak? I thought you were the weakest.
No, you were the weakest.
No, you were the weakest link.
We're gonna be here all day, are we?
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Okay.
I admit, I love things going wrong. I really do. Who's this?
Well, that was quite interesting. I got to see a British game show. I got to see puppets compete. And I got to see the girlfriend of Sooty actually win. That was, I have to say, it's really good. Hey, Sam, what do you think of this episode? I will say it's a good one. It's good to see all these British puppets actually play together, and some of them are actually good sports. I wouldn't have it any other way. So, until next time, dear subscribers, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!